This podcast is sponsored by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. Buy one Dora window and get another Dora window at 40% off plus $200 off your project. That's at no money down, no payments, and no interest for 1 year. Call 717-727-7558 or visit rbacentralpa.com/deals to get on this deal before it ends October 31st. It all started when, one day, George fell asleep in the chair only to be awoken after a hand painfully gripped him as he slept. Perplexed, George looked around the empty room, undoubtedly wondering if he dreamed it. But the outline of fingers showed in the bruises on his arm the following day. You can read the rest of that story and more on PennLive's Paranormal PA, a series that covers Pennsylvania's stranger side. Check out the corresponding podcast article for the link to more stories and to sign up for the newsletter to get a healthy dose of scares during this Halloween season. A nurse has been accused of killing now 3 people with insulin. After students were caught passing guns, one school upped its security. A change to a state law would allow people to record telemarketers. Also, this is Pennsylvania's favorite taco. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you're listening to Today in a PA. Heather Presti, a former supervisor and nurse, was previously charged in the insulin overdose deaths of 2 residents at a nursing home in Butler County last year, reports the Tribune Review. Now she's being accused of killing a 3rd, again with a lethal dose of insulin, but this time at a different nursing home in Westmoreland County, the Bel Air Healthcare and Rehabilitation Center. This wrongful death lawsuit claims Presti, who actually confessed to the incident later to authorities, injected 68-year-old Marion Bauer with insulin in 2021 despite the fact Bauer wasn't diabetic, leading to her death. Although it's not immediately clear as to Presti's motives, she claims she quote-unquote felt bad for the other 2 victims she's accused of killing prior to their deaths. This recent lawsuit is also accusing Bel Air Healthcare of not properly vetting Presti and brushing off the concerns of colleagues who suspected her, some of whom even nicknamed her the quote killer nurse. The lawsuit, filed on behalf of Bauer's sons, is looking for compensatory and punitive damages as well as a jury trial. Presti is currently in the Butler County Prison awaiting trial for the other murder charges. 3 15-year-old students at Hempfield Area High School were caught passing loaded handguns to each other on a bus on Monday, reports the Tribune Review. And now, as a result of that incident, the Westmoreland County School has implemented heightened security measures that school police officer Chief Len Lander says is, quote, kind of a 2-pronged thing. It makes the kids feel safer and it makes sure no weapons are being brought in. More police are now on the campus with handheld metal detectors, although this is normal procedure if there's something that's happened to make school officials suspicious. How long this increased amount of cops will be present, however, is unclear. Students also now have to wait their turn to have their bags individually checked by teachers and administrators as they make their way into school. Superintendent Tammy Wolicki confirmed there are plans in the works to install permanent detectors as part of a renovation project, with temporary ones getting put in the meantime. As for the 3 caught with the guns, they've each been charged with gun-related felonies in juvenile court. An amendment to the state's Wiretap Act could allow people to fight back against scamming telemarketers, states the Pennsylvania Capital Star. Typically, recording these types of calls is allowed just for authorities. But under a proposed addition to the law, civilians would be allowed to record them should they suspect they're being targeted in order to send them over to cops for investigation. This motion was actually already unanimously approved on Tuesday and now must go up for a final vote for approval before it moves on to the Senate. It's National Taco Day, everyone, says PennLive. And in honor of this tasty holiday, Betway found out each state's favorite type of taco. After perusing a bunch of search data, Pennsylvania's was determined to be the beef taco, soft shell. In fact, Pennsylvanians don't seem to be too crazy about hard shells at all. For those who are, email me at todayinpa@PennLive.com. I want to know how you're able to eat tacos with hard shells, as I feel like I just take one bite and the whole thing just breaks and gets ruined. That's all for today. For even more Pennsylvania news and otherwise, drop by PennLive.com. Also, please don't forget to rate this podcast and to leave it an honest review if you can. Thanks in advance, and of course, thanks for listening. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and I'll be back again tomorrow for another round of Today in a PA. This podcast is sponsored by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. Buy one Dora window and get another Dora window at 40% off plus $200 off your project. That's at no money down, no payments, and no interest for 1 year. Call 717-727-7558 or visit rbacentralpa.com/deals to get on this deal before it ends October 31st.